Hi. It's Mrs. Stitches or Sheila. Hi, everybody. Today's date is October 19th, 2025. I have my Advent. I have a finish for now. So I did get the stitch along finish. I have a near finish, but not yet a finish. And yeah, 2 whips to show you. And I'll chat a bit about yesterday. So here is today, number 19. It's an envelope. We'll see what's inside. Oh, tricky. Ooh, interesting. Huh. It is a piece of Ada and 3 orange colors. They are 900, 350, and 946. Wow. Okay, that's a bit of a mystery. I think there's something coming up to do with that because there's no note in it. That's quite the mystery. Wow. Don't know. We will. That was unexpected. She is knocking this Sal out of, or this Advent out of the park. It is so great. I am so happy. Chantal, I hope you do this again next year. So this is a stitch along, and I did get done. I did finish what I was supposed to do. So tomorrow, I think, is the next part of that coming out. And just move the needle minder out of the way. And so that's what I got so far. I'm going to bring the table and the pumpkins closer. The whole thing a little closer. I need to cut off the fabric because I have extra fabric on the bottom, but there we go. Look at them. It's so cute. So that's coming along nicely. Then I'm going to just pop this out. I got this the other day when we were in Yarmouth. There was a store, I've never heard of it before, called Heart. They had a package of 6 of these for $1. And they are made with that almost like a silicone type feel. And they go really wide. So you have to be really careful when you buy hair clips. Oops, I almost broke it. But they go super wide so they can easily go around the Q-snap. So they're very, very handy. So this is my thread a day that I've been working on, Sleepy Hollow. And so today I did this gray here and finished that off. So next there is more silver to go down here and then some color to go in there. So just cruising along. I'm really liking the thread a day. It's something I look forward to, and I really am noticing the progress. So that's great. Okay. Next thing I probably mostly worked on, and I did this in the car. So I finished off in the car first the stitch along. I had done the Sleepy Hollow before I left because there's no way I could stitch on that in the car. But the watchers, I worked a bit in the car. It was hard to see, but this is what I got done so far. So this was the column I had done. I finished filling in here on this sign. And just got these threads. This is just a waist knot there. I got this bird done except his eye. His eye's done the same white and it's kind of outlined around the black. And then I'm working on the second bird here. So it's really tricky where the sign is and where the birds are because they kind of intermingle. And there's going to be some back stitching for his claws, but I haven't, so hoping to get that done today. I keep saying that. I have spent for the next one. We're going to leave a surprise to show you next time. So speaking of birds' claws, we went to, I say we were going to the city, to Halifax, but really we went to Bedford, West Bedford. It was close to the Halifax anyways. And so we took our 2 birds, Mr. Bond and Chicken Hawk, to get their nails done. Now we could do their nails ourselves, but it is a bit of a production. And so we just decided to this time to take them there. I mean, and we also needed to go buy some bird food. So we buy specialty bird food that we only can get there over, that's in a different spot over by Waverly at a Life with Parrots, I think it's called, or Healthy Birds, Healthy Birds. And the man there, he just sells it out of his home. So the food we buy is from the United States, but we can't actually order it. So it has to be brought in specially. So usually we used to get it at veterinarians, but he is able to get it and brings it. So I think he drives down there and buys it and brings it back. So we got a bit of a stock of that. And the birds, their nails went fine. It was interesting watching her do it. It was so easy for her. So I think next time we have to do their nails, we'll try ourselves again. Now she's obviously had lots of practice, and when anyone has a lot of practice, they can make something look super easy. But it was just like, wow. And it cost a little bit to do it. Plus it's so far for us to go. So we might try again ourselves. Usually it's just so stressful for us and stressful for the birds that this seemed better. The birds love car rides. They're actually really good on the car ride. So that was good. They're in cages. Then we, after that, we went to the, it's over Waverly, where we picked up the bird food. And so we got that. And then we were just driving, and we just happened to see pizza and ice cream, like a little shop. And so we like, let's go for lunch there. So we stopped there and had a delicious donair. It was really, really nice meat. I had a slice of pizza, but the donair was by far better. Then I had an ice cream, which didn't make my tooth very happy, but that's okay. And then we went across the street to a bakery, and oh, it was, you know, those bakeries when you just walk in and it to me, it smells like an old-fashioned bakery. There's a certain smell to it, not the modern style, but the old-fashioned. Nothing fancy, just shelves with the things on, not all done up, but it was good food. We got gingerbread men, they're delicious. We got some ginger molasses cookies that are delicious, and my husband got some oat cakes. He makes great oat cakes, but he likes these oat cakes too. So it was just like fantastic. So now we have the bakery is definitely a new favorite spot. So really, really good. It's nice to find just an old-fashioned bakery, and it was good. So the trip went well, and we actually were timely with everything. So we got back on the 5:30 ferry, which got us home at 6 o'clock. So it was still light out. So that was great. We had a really good day. But yeah, I think that's about it. And so, and I was able to do some stitching. I'm also knitting sometimes. So I've been working on finishing Olive's sweater, and it's just knitting in the round. And so I'm getting close. I got a little bit, probably try to put 15 minutes a day. When we've been traveling, it's been easy to do some knitting then. And we have 2 trips next week, so I'll probably just make sure I'll probably just work on that when I go on those trips. I'll take cross stitching too. So I'm going to finish off my watchers. I'm going to, I have spun for my next one. I'll probably try to get a start on that. I'm going to check and see how big it is, because it might be, I'll show you what it is. I haven't fully decided if I'm going to do it or not. It's probably on the front cover. Yes, it is. It's this one here. And I'm just not sure how big it is. So I'm going to look that over. Well, let's just look right now. Let's see how big it is, because I don't want to do another really big one again. 19, page 19. 19. Oh, it is big. It is 1 page. It is 92 by 61. That doesn't sound too big. I'm gonna see if I got the colors and how the colors look on some fabric I got. I'm not gonna do it on black, although I should do it on black. I just don't have any. I got something. I'm gonna see what I got, if I can work that out. So you shall see. If not, I'll spin again. I had a question from a viewer. Well, let's just do a different question here. Well, I gotta make a note. Okay, I will cover the question from my viewer recently. So Roxanne is a longtime viewer. Hi, Roxanne. She's in Newfoundland. And she asked me, is there a specific DMC color that I never seem to have enough of? Well, the funny thing is, and this actually sparked a conversation between me and my husband, is that there's lots. I've been trying to collect all the DMCs. And so for a while there, my husband was trying to buy me everything, and I'm trying to organize it all. I have skeins hanging up. I got photography boxes I'm trying to organize the master set in. And it feels like it's never ending. I feel like I'm not getting anywhere. So I have an actual, in a book, list of all the DMC colors and what I'm missing. I'm missing lots. It's funny. I think that I was telling him a story. When I first started cross stitching, I was stitching something and I ran out of a color. And I was bold enough to walk in to the Stitcher's Muse, which was in Nanaimo, with just the thought of the color in my mind, thinking, oh, it's a dark gray. I'll recognize it when I get there, without knowing the number. Oddly enough, I probably had glanced at the number and I must have known it was a 4-digit number. It was $37.99. And this is me being new. Maybe it's only gray that's in those high numbers. I was able to pick it out, but I was so uncertain. It always seems like 414, 415, 315, 314. Those grays always seems to be short on. 931, 932, 930 for the longest time, those. And oddly enough, I think there is one. I want to say it's 919. It's in the orange series. I think there's it's either 91 or 71. I think they're both orange series. Have 719, 720, 721. And I think they are also in the nines. I'm not sure. There's one, it's the 19 ending. It must be 719. I never seem to have it, and I don't know if it's actually been discontinued. There are definitely certain colors that I don't seem to have, and when I don't seem to have them, when I do get to Michael's and I do see them, I buy multiple ones of them. But yeah, there's lots of holes missing in my, for a while there, black, of course, was something that was always called for in every pattern. So I used to, whenever I went to Michael's, whatever colors I was buying, I'd always grab 2 or 3 skeins of black. And then I think I got onto some Heaven and Earth designs and realized how much black there is in some of the really big ones. So then I bought a cone. I think that was when I started the 2024 Sal. So that's been handy. So at black, I got really covered well. White, I start to do that now, but grab a few of the whites. There's so many different whites that I think I got a good stash in them. What was I going to say? But the funniest thing is, after I sold the house, I planned on starting a new start, which I'm going to start November 1st. And when you know it, I have a plan in starting it. I don't have the first color, and I don't have the second color either. My husband was in town in Digby, and he was going to Walmart, and he says, any colors you need. And so I actually mentioned those 2 colors, because then I'd have them in hand. It turns out Walmart is stopped carrying cross stitching. He looked it up, and their company was said that they stopped carrying cross stitching because they felt like it was not many people do it anymore. I don't think you're really clued in, Walmart, or maybe us cross stitchers just don't go to Walmart. That could be too. So we're going, or I'm not sure if he's going to come with me. I'm going to a doctor's appointment in Berwick on Wednesday, and Berwick's about half an hour from Michael's. So I'm going to make a side trip of Michael's. Might mean I get home late that night. Hopefully not. But my doctor appointment's at 2 o'clock. I'm not sure how long it'll take, but I think I'll be fine. So that I plan on then going and grabbing a couple of the threads to kit that up. It has what I want to do is I want to try color completion. And so I'm starting with the highest color first, and I think it's like 20 something thousand. So I really don't need to pick up any other colors, but I might just pick up a few colors anyway. So we'll see. We'll see on that one. So that's something to look forward to for November. But Roxanne asking me, is there any colors, specific DMC colors? There are lots, and there are specific ones. Sometimes when I am missing those, I kind of fill the gap. At this moment, I don't even know. It always seems like every time I feel like I got colors, and then I grab a pattern and I'm always missing colors. I do a lot of substituting too. So I will look, I got floss color matching charts. There's a couple of them online, and I will just try to substitute sometimes. But yeah, there's lots. I can't even think of all the, oddly enough, a lot of the grays. I think because my husband, he would pick up different colors, and he would randomly, the greens too. There's a bunch that are, what are they? 36 and 35 and 34, like 38, 36, 38, 35, 38, 34, something like that. Those, there's a set of greens. There's like 3 of them. I always seem to be out of those. There's some, and it's just kind of funny. I think there's one right now that's like I think it's like a turquoise, and yeah, I swear every time there's a pattern, I just don't have that color. So I think we all suffer from this, unless it takes a lot of work to build up a full set, and I'm still working at that. I do admire people who have their master set all bobbinated in the double folder. I'm not there. I'm still working at how to actually organize everything, but trying to find what works for me, and I'm slowly getting there. Maybe one day I'll get to the fully bobbinated sets, but we'll see. But anyways, thanks for asking, Roxanne. That was it really opened up a can of worms on other topics. I still love the story of me trying to, the audacity of me going into a cross-stitching store thinking I would just memorize a color just based on, I thought I would actually be able to look and see the color I was missing without even holding the color in my hand. I thought it was just going to be, there was going to be a gray, and I did it. I actually did find it, which is, I think I bought a couple others just in case, but anyways. Oh well, so I gonna spend today stitching. Might go for a walk. I should do that. I should get out and get some exercise, and do a whole bunch of stitching. It was a 24 hours of cross stitching weekend. I did not do it because I knew I was going to be busy, but I'm going to get some X's in today. That's what Jen Lee always says. It's all about getting the X's in. So I shall see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Happy stitching, and bye.